3 years later, and the 7 and the Fortnite storyline is making a return to its glory days. It's been so long since we've had any good storyline really inside of Fortnite that's kind of captured the mass audience. Personally, I lost interest in the Fortnite storyline in Chapter 4. Now, we are going full circle and we are bringing back the 7. But with a little twist. We've seen this little post here from Fortnite today. The island has a new problem, a big one. And then obviously it links the 0 hour event, which we've seen the trailer for as well. I'll play that here. We know that that's going to be taking place with the Dark Presence, which has kind of been the main storyline this season. The whole kind of chapter, should I say, really. It really has been difficult to follow unless you follow the quests in game and stuff. Anyway, the end to it is going to be awesome because this is going to tie us into this new person who's going to be leading the story of the island once again. Donald's original approach to Fortnite. You can watch videos back in the day. He did a conference at E3 in the last ever E3, which was 2019, I think, or 2018, where he did an interview and talked about how the island was the center character for Fortnite. The island is what the character is, and it looks like we are going back to that.
We really approach that the island is the main character, right? And we treat that as the thing that's driving the propulsion forward. That's the thing that basically has like an arc, an emotional arc.
From this short clip we see here with this new character, which looks like one of the 7, we do see the 7 logo in the back, as well as the visitors pod opened up, which we did see return to OG. We'll talk more about that in a second. You can see this guy looks like he's controlling what's going on the island, and it's now becoming back to that original take with the island being the main character and someone looking after the 0 point and the reality that we're in. All this cross-reality stuff and all this crazy stuff going on around the universes makes it a little bit complicated. This Dark Presence stuff doesn't really add up either, but finally 0 hour is here. We also see at Retail Row a new story begins November the 29th at 2 p.m. Eastern. That A New Story Begins is just amazing to read, knowing that finally things could reset and give us this new light and hope for us. So where are things going to go? Well, we can see this geezer here looks like a member of the 7, but has the golden cube floating around in his mast, the Cube Queen herself. Is this just part of his disguise, or have the 7, which were once corrupted in Chapter 4, have they been corrupted and now making their return as the enemy of the island? Are they going to be the bad guys? Originally, we knew them as the good guys, the guys that would look after and save the island, but has the corruption taken over? Or are we taking a complete spin on the storyline and going a complete different direction, with OG being completely redone, what we've seen with the events, with the red cube and stuff? Are we going to see a clash between the last reality and the 7, or are we going to just see a new kind of merge or a new kind of version of the 7 and last reality combined together? We do know that the Origin, who was part of the 7 as well, used to be part of the last reality. He was related with the Cube Queen, but he did leave, and we know all that from the past as well with the songs. But are we going to take a new turn and create this new 7, which is where we are today? Is the cube going to be under control and basically being led by the 7? That is the question, and I'm hoping we do see that. It's potential that that will be the way that things will go. We know that from the screenshot itself, we can see in the background the visitor's pod is open. Is this related to the one that we saw in OG? Has the OG storyline reset the Fortnite lore? A New Story Begins kind of tells me that this is the case. 0 hour is like telling us it's the start again, and Chapter 7 is perfect to do that, with the 7 being the main characters once again, but a new version of them. I'm very excited for this, and I hope the future of the storyline does become something which is easy to follow and players can understand what's going on. The Lunar Leapers in the item shop are also said to be related to the new 7 outfits. Pretty cool. They were in 3 days ago. If they reappear, don't forget to pop in code POST if you're buying them. Hashtag Epic Games Partner, POST, that is, really does go a long way and help support the channel. But the question is now, is how should Fortnite continue to tell the storyline? If the storyline has been so complicated and very difficult to dive into as a newcomer to the game, and with majority of the players playing the game right now being new players, which we've seen with other games like Steal the Brain Rot, it is time to maybe make the storyline a reset, and something which is a lot easier for players to follow. A book in game or some sort of system where you can archive the storyline and view it at any time would be perfect to help newer players understand where things are at. If there is a reset, that is the way to do it. The current way that Fortnite has told its storyline hasn't been the best. Yes, some methods like the Disney episodes have been great. The comics are good, but they do require buying them, which is kind of frustrating for most. And also live events are probably the best way of telling Fortnite's storyline, along with map changes in the game, which happen weekly or seasonally that are related to lore. Now, some of the bad ways, which have really put me off from telling the storyline, and many other people from what I've heard in the community, are quests in-game. The quests in-game are a nightmare. You do the quests, and sometimes you would get eliminated halfway through reading or hearing an audio log. To me, that put it off. Going on Twitter and finding things like leaks for the lore because I've been eliminated while listening to a voiceover, or I've accidentally activated a challenge and miss it because I'm in the middle of a fight, it's not fun as a content creator, it's not fun as a player to listen to the lore that way. And I think Fortnite realised this. It's took them 3 years of complaining, but finally I think they've realised, and this could be the reset. I'm hoping things change with this new storyline. If it does, I'll continue and will revive my storyline content on the channel. But if it continues with its mess and stuff, which it has been through the end of chapter 4 to today, well, the Simpsons stuff is fun, but before that, to the end of chapter 6, then I'll probably continue to maybe just cover it in map change videos lightly, just because the story has been a little bit up and down. But I think now, with the storyline potentially resetting and Fortnite making it a focus with official members from their board and owner of Epic Games announcing that the storyline is going to be taking a revival and a turn, I think that we could see it becoming main and something which people enjoy again. It's going to be hard to bring the new players into it because the old players are still there and going to continually compare to the past. But I think if Fortnite officially make a statement in the event that everything has been reset and there is a new start, that would make it pretty fun. It would be cool to still play on stuff from the past, like the last reality and the 7 which we've had, but knowing all the stuff in the past was there, the new stuff could basically pave way for a new storyline to kind of not wipe what happened in the past, but not fully acknowledge it. Basically tell a new storyline from here onwards. It would make sense because the 7 themselves can no longer be purchased as skins, only really some of them were available in the item shop, and lots of them did use celebrities as the face. That itself is a really bad way for Fortnite because it costs a lot of money to continue to use that celebrity voice and face in game, and the skins aren't even available in the item shop for people to buy. It was a mess, and it was great at its time, and it was amazing for us to be part of the original lore, but for a business model from Fortnite, they want their storyline characters to be their front-facing characters and not locked behind battle passes. As we know, battle pass items will be coming back to the shop, which got changed a while ago, so whatever is in the past will eventually appear in the shop, so it would make sense for them now to reset the storyline and make the 7 the forefront of it. It's going to be exciting to see what happens between chapter 7. I will probably cover the storyline for chapter 7 and hope that it's good, but if it's not, we'll see. This live event will hopefully give us that intro into the new story. A new story begins, which it literally says it, so yeah, that's so excited. And I think maybe lore creators will come back. A lot of the creators that do cover lore sometimes overlook it. There's too many theories, too many things going on, and too complex for the average viewer to kind of understand what really is going on. If you're a diehard lore fan, then yes, fair enough. I myself understand other people's perspectives on stuff, but I try and keep it simple. The lore shouldn't be that complicated in this game. Yes, it could have its deeper elements, but a lot of them are just theories and trying to relate it to stuff. We need core evidence to relate it to things, and without that, it just makes it overly complicated. And that's how it's kind of become. Over the last few chapters, the lore has just really become super complicated because people are trying to relate it to one thing and another and another and another, Foxconn, etc. All these little things that never really had a true story behind them or backing, with enough kind of lore to be able to tell us what these things really are. So it's great to see that Fortnite have potentially made a great turn with a new story begins November 29th with the 0 Hour live event and chapter 7. This could be it, and this could be major for Fortnite. It will bring back a lot of the old lore fans if they like the story and engage a lot of new ones. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you hope the Fortnite lore resets, or do you still want to play on the past and try and tie everything in? I personally think it's impossible. It's too messy. Just from looking at it, it just will never all fit nicely. But what they've been doing with OG, because the OG stuff did originally fit quite nicely, and what they've done with the Simpsons stuff and the potential 7 which we have now, we can see it potentially being a new tie-in. And I think this could be it. The OG stuff has been fun. What they've done with the Revin and the red stuff, yes, they've messed up a few things, but I feel like what they've been doing with the red cube and stuff has been different. It's not the original OG events, it's something new. and it's kind of like teasing potentially this new story. And maybe that 7 member which we saw open that visitor pod during the live event, or not during that event, but the pod land in, maybe it's related to this, and maybe things are about to ramp up to another level. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's lore video. It's an interesting one. It's the first one I've made in a very, very long time. I'm excited for the future of the lore. I hope it's good. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.